and welcome to another episode of Tech Talk with Sierra Miles, where we talk all things technology and give you the latest developments in this space. Sierra Miles is the premier IT service provider in Northern Nevada, serving small to medium-sized businesses while specializing in healthcare and law. I'm Bianca, Sierra Miles Marketing and Sales Coordinator, and I'm here with Brandon App, co-founder and IT consultant of Sierra Miles. And today we are discussing October, which happens to be Cybersecurity Awareness Month.
Hello, everyone, and thanks for joining us. October is always a really important month because it really highlights cybersecurity, kind of makes a great time of year, especially with Halloween being at the end of the month. So we're going to talk about a few things on cybersecurity and
how scary it could be.
it's exactly.
So let's jump right in. So it's 2025 and everyone is talking about cybersecurity. But what exactly does cybersecurity mean to you?
I think for me in 2025, cybersecurity means securing your data. I think a lot of focus right now is on AI and the data that's going into it. Traditional cybersecurity rules and measures are still in place that we still need to keep in mind. In 2025 and going forward is how is your cybersecurity hygiene for AI data that you're implementing?
Right. How are you keeping your data safe? What are the measures you're taking? Staying up to date with all of that good stuff. And you mentioned AI. So obviously AI is making a huge splash at the moment and only continues to innovate and improve. So talk about how AI and cybersecurity go hand in hand.
So there's definitely two sides of the coin. Here at Sierra Miles, we are utilizing AI-powered endpoint detection and response systems that analyze behavioral actions as opposed to just a database of information, ransomware or viruses. While we're seeing innovations on the good side of things when it comes to detecting and responding to ransomware and other things within the business community that can affect you from a technology standpoint, we're also seeing it from the other side. We went to a conference. One of the big topics that was discussed is that there are adversaries that are banding together and utilizing each other's resources to deploy and implement more wide-scale attacks. That can result in is more downtime. So here at Sierra Miles, we're actively utilizing AI to detect, respond, and also identify situations that may not have been detected before with traditional methods.
Right. So it sounds like AI is changing the game in the sense that, we can learn as we go, like you mentioned. It's not just like data sets. It's a learning mechanism as well. It's also helping the bad actors be a little more proactive and change and evolve with all of these new cybersecurity defenses, right?
That's exactly right.
So it makes it a little tricky, but knowing how AI can affect these things, what is the cost of poor cybersecurity or non-existent cybersecurity? So people out there who may feel a bit overwhelmed about cybersecurity and just want to do nothing, hope for the best. What do you say to that?
I say that it's not doing something can cost you more than just trying to meet the basic requirements. And there are a lot of really great tools that don't require quite a bit of investment. We'd be happy to chat with anybody that's interested regarding some just basic cybersecurity tools to utilize in your business. Not having any cybersecurity tools or endpoint detection tools is no different than just leaving your door unlocked. There are things that you can do just to lock the door, for lack of a better term. And that's something that we do here at Sierra Miles is implement the features and locks that may already be utilized within your existing technology infrastructure, but also implement some additional security measures to ensure that those basic security measures are in place.
Right. And with that analogy, maybe you're someone who leaves your door unlocked and nothing has happened until something does happen. And then you're there thinking like, why have I been leaving my door unlocked? That kind of goes along with cybersecurity and what could happen. It could be fine until it isn't. Talk a little bit about what happened with the state and how something like that could be prevented from happening again.
Absolutely. I mentioned a little bit earlier in the podcast, these adversaries are really working hard to become more sophisticated at their attacks, but also targeting larger entities such as the state of Nevada. In these situations, what we always look for as cybersecurity experts is what are the basic cybersecurity measures that have been implemented. And those cybersecurity measures include technology, but also include training as well. Here at Sierra Miles, we advocate quite a bit for training and making sure that the human component is something that is included in the plan and the prevention of cybersecurity incidents. So whenever we talk with clients or potential clients about a cybersecurity incident that's occurred, one of the very things that we look at is what is the culture behind your data? What is the culture behind your training? And there might be something there that needs to be improved so that you are able to identify phishing emails or other attacks that may be occurring.
For a little background, the state of Nevada just experienced a breach that had them shut down for quite a long time, put a wrench in their operations. Let's switch gears a little bit. So what are some common attacks looking like? What are some tactics that you're seeing out there, maybe personally, on the business side, that people can look out for?
A lot of what we're seeing is the same types of attacks, but they're just being more sophisticated with the introduction of AI. In phishing attempts or in masquerading attempts or business email compromise attempts, a lot of the wording that was used was maybe not good vocabulary or had poor spelling, but now with the introduction of AI, a lot of that is improved. And with that, there may be layouts of particular large organizations that they're able to mirror and copy by utilizing AI. So there's a lot of enhanced cybersecurity concerns when it comes to the AI side of things for doing some of the traditional attacks that we've seen in the past, like I mentioned with email compromise.
Right, so we're talking email, text messages, like you mentioned, impersonating a confirmation text about deliveries and like click this link and see your tracking. With AI, it's not as easy to spot because it is just so well put together. So it's just keep an eye out, always do a double check. And if you're ever feeling weary about something, go straight to the website, type it in your own browser, things of that nature. And to end off, is there any advice to small to medium-sized businesses out there for their cybersecurity needs?
Absolutely. We find that there's a lot of organizations that are not training their employees about the issues that are existing out there. So one of the biggest things that I always advocate outside of just the typical technology that we've been talking about, making sure that you really do have a training program for cybersecurity, even if it's just the basics, or an annual training program that you utilize to make sure that your staff understands the risk of the information that's out there. So I think one of the biggest takeaways for a small business is really just make sure that you have your technology training side of things for your staff so that they know what to look for and have your tools to help support that journey. If you do need to talk with somebody about what are the right tools to use, or if you'd like to talk with us about what tools that we use here at Sierra Miles, you're welcome to contact us.
Yeah, and like you said earlier, building in that culture of cybersecurity, making your employees aware, making it sure it comes from the top, how important these things are. We use a plethora of cybersecurity tools, so if you want to talk a little bit about that, please feel free to reach out to us. And with that, we'd like to thank you so much for tuning in to Tech Talk with Sierra Miles. If you'd like to listen to more episodes, you can find us on your favorite podcast platform. Stay connected with us on social media, and if you're interested in connecting with Sierra Miles for your IT needs, please contact us at info@sierramiles.com or 775-420-4224. Thanks, and we'll see you in the next one.